We're here with Archie and it is training session number 4 on the long reins in the Kula Lunge, and I am happy to report there was no bucking today. So that to me means I definitely need to cut the hard feed down a little bit more or consider a dietary change. I believe that is definitely a factor involved, considering he's not been in a lot of work. He is carrying excess weight and well, yeah, when he's not worked for a couple of days due to the weather, his behaviour deteriorates, which is disappointing considering we've just had his back checked. If you've watched his training session number 3, we've had our vet and chiropractor out to check him, and the sacroiliac, if I said that properly, joint was tight and had some issues, which was causing his back to come up under the saddle and may have been causing the bucking to the right in canter. However, that doesn't explain yesterday because he wasn't wearing a saddle and he was bucking in the right in the canter. So I have edited this video to just the highlights, especially on the left side. He has made a little minor mistake there with picking up the wrong canter lead, but that's nothing. Apart from that, his behaviour has been pretty impeccable. So the edits that you're seeing are just to cut down the video for efficiency. Oh my goodness, I can't say my words today. And you'll see that he's travelling in a nice round connected frame. The Kula Lunge is helping to balance him. And then I've actually run the outside rein across his back, which gives me a lot of leverage with controlling the outside shoulder, which is something we have a problem with. He doesn't respond as well to the outside aids as he does to the inside aids. So in both directions, he does like to push out of that outside shoulder. So that gives me a little bit more control. It's definitely much more difficult to keep control of him going in the other direction and keep him turning and keep him responding to those outside aids going to the right. So for this session, I've concentrated on getting him to trot out and cover more ground, and also to cover more ground in the canter, which is one of the things our vet/chiro discussed with us. So he said he should be freer up through the shoulder now with the work that he's done with him, which is a combination of Emmet and red light therapy plus stretching and manipulation. So I've concentrated even more on the transitions on this right side. Now you can already see that he's falling out of the outside shoulder a little bit, and he's not covering as much ground on this side as he was on the other side in the trot. So we do have a couple of little fights in this direction. So while I said his behaviour was impeccable, it wasn't completely impeccable, but on a scale of am I happy with him? Yes, I am. He offered me canter there. I didn't ask for it. He's offered me canter with no protesting, no kicking out, just went, I'm going to canter now, and gave that to me, which is excellent. That's not what happened yesterday. Yesterday I asked for canter and he showed me his heels basically. So the problem I'm having with him here is he's lugging out to the outside shoulder, and I'm wanting to turn him. So his solution, rather than coming around and coming softer, is to back off. So it's not just a matter of pulling on the inside rein, because that's only turning the head. When I'm pulling if I just pull on the inside rein, that will bend the neck more and will actually block the inside hind leg from coming through. So he'll either swing his hindquarters out or just overbend to the inside and continue falling out of the outside shoulder. So what I was trying to do is apply a little bit more contact with the outside rein as well, and almost physically bring that shoulder around a little bit, which is where, rather than softening to the contact and coming around, he chose to protest and stop. And so he doesn't just lug out at the gate, it's around near the camera side as well, and on various parts of the circle. So that is something that we definitely need to spend some more time working on. When he bucked with his rider on, I feel like he also did fall out of the outside shoulder then as well. He definitely locked his neck, so he put his little head between his knees and he locked his neck. So once they do that, it's actually impossible to bend them. You've got to bend them before they get their head down like that. So yes, we are having an argument right now because he's lugging out. He's lugging towards the fence there. And I'm not allowing him to do that. I'm asking him to come around and come softer. And so his solution is to stop and then go backwards. So in that scenario, what I'm doing is just going back. So I'm staying in line with or just behind his shoulder. Because if I don't go back with him, he'll get me in front of his shoulder and then he'll turn into me, and then he can continue turning if he wants to and wrap himself in the long reins. I've had them do that before. Then you've then got to untangle them and get your control back. You'll see that he's turning better now. There's my little support dog, Molly. Molly is our Wolfhound Cross Mastiff, who generally is not brave enough to come on the arena and actually obeys the rules, unlike the boxer. There he is again. He's lugging out of that outside shoulder. But excellent transitions. I just didn't ask for that one, and I decided to put the handbrake on this time and say, hey, no, wait, because I'm wanting him to trot out more. He's got a beautiful trot. I'd like to see some more ground cover in that trot. He's got very rounded paces, but he doesn't always want to step his feet out. They're kind of round and the pace can get a little bit short and very cart horsey. Now, we do want to open that up in the trot and the canter. So this is something that I can work on. So when you're lunging a horse, you want to add value with your lunging, not just send it around in circles to wear it out. There's no value in that, which is why I'm lunging or long reining in the Kula Lunge, because it connects the hindquarters up to the front end. It allows for fluid movement and it encourages fluid movement, which is what we're looking for in dressage. And just for a horse that's comfortable to ride. And then also, there he goes again, lugging out. The straighter the horse, the more comfortable they are to ride. Also, you have more control over them. So when you have more control over them, it's less difficult for them to buck or to try and buck you off. So all of these things are important and carry through into your under saddle work. His transitions today are excellent, but that is still lugging out of that outside shoulder there. You can see that his neck's overbent to the inside. So this is just going to be a work in progress of getting him straighter on this side. And that's pretty normal for him to be straighter on one side than the other. So if you found this helpful, please subscribe to our channel. This is our training session for today. Thank you for watching.